Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, or if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today's video is 10 things actors are tired of hearing. And because we are actors, and because there was a lot of talking, I am going to cut this intro short, and we are just going to go ahead and get started with the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you get a chuckle out of this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've heard any of these phrases before, or let me know other phrases that we didn't cover that you've heard before. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, we had a lot of fun shooting it. And without further ado, let's get started with the video. It's fantastic. I look like I have no clothes on. So there's that. Hi, so this is Sally, and she is my friend. I have known her for...
Since 2013, 5 years now?
Dang.
Yeah.
5 years now. We are both actors, and I figured it would be a nice
change of pace.
There it is. Nice change of pace to get another actor's perspective instead of just mine. So I wanted to make kind of a more fun video. So I figured I would do things that actors are tired of hearing. And so before we start, I'm going to let Sally introduce herself and, yeah, tell you a little bit about herself.
Hi, I'm Sally. I'm an actress, and I like long walks on the beach. This is my first time at an AA meeting, and I didn't know they were being filmed.
She's a comedian, too.
I am not. I'm just naturally snazzy.
Yeah, we're actors. We're definitely actors. Still looks like I'm naked. So...
Not those kinds of actors.
Not those kind of actors. I mean, hey, more power to you if you can get your money. But I can't do it. Anyway, so we're going to start now. I am going to read off a list of phrases that I, as an actor, am sick of hearing and will hear for the rest of my life. And I'm going to get your reaction to them. Ooh, she has not seen these phrases yet. So...
She wouldn't let me.
I would not let her. I want her actual first reaction. So, yeah. On with the phrases. You ready for number one?
Oh, sure, why not?
Okay. Number one. Yeah. What's your real job?
Wow. Yeah, no. Uh-huh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody else gets asked that question. Like, acting is a profession. You get paid to do it. Okay. Phrase number two. What's your backup plan?
See, that one hits a little closer to home because I'm working on that one right now.
Okay, but that's your choice to work on it.
No, it's not. It's
somebody...
to appease my mother.
Oh. Mama. This is phrase number 3 that we are real sick of hearing, or at least I am. We ask, but does it pay? They ask, no, but we offer meals, copy, and credit. By the way, you never get your copy.
Yeah, no, you don't. And I'm in the union, so whenever they say that to me, I basically get to say bye. So, yeah, no. Yeah. Meals, copy, and credit. That means it's going to cost you about $15 in gasoline to get to and from it, and the meal is probably peanut butter and jelly.
I've had a heck of a peanut butter and jelly on set, though.
I haven't.
Oh, really? I don't know. Depends on who's running craft services. So, yeah. Alrighty. Number 4. Oh, you're still doing the acting thing?
Yeah. How many times are you divorced, Susan?
Yeah. Yeah. All the shade. Stop. Anyway. Number 5. I took an acting class once. Yeah.
The trickiest thing about that one, because it's the only one that doesn't really make you want to roll your eyes or gag, is that one you've got to try really hard not to laugh. And it's really hard.
It's just, that's literally like going up to an accountant and an accountant saying to an accountant, I took a math class once. Okay, thank you.
She's been helping me apartment hunt, and we've had 2 different ladies be like, I've always wanted to do acting. I think a
Which is
commercial would be easy.
Great. If you want to do it, that's fine.
But they have no idea what it actually takes to do it.
Being an actor is a business. It's not just getting in front of a camera. It's not just getting up on a stage. Like, there are so many layers and classes and money, and it's not just acting classes. There are business classes. There are law classes. I mean, both of us have our masters in this, so we had to take above and beyond classes.
Yes.
But there are, like, you are a business. So when someone just comes up to you and is like, I could do this, it's like,
sure, that's great. You go right out there and do it. Good for you.
I have all the confidence in the world you can do it, but don't assume it's easy to do.
Yes.
So, number 6.
Ish.
Uh-oh. Okay. You're an actor? What have I seen you in? And to go along with that, I just have to say, because there's always a pitying look when they haven't heard what you've been in. Like, they've seen literally every single thing in the world out there to see.
Yeah.
And on top of that, under no other profession do you have to list off your resume when you tell somebody what you do when you first meet them.
Oh, you're a tax attorney? Who do you represent?
Yeah. 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 So. Number 7. Have you auditioned for anything lately?
No, I just do this for fun. On the weekends, mainly. Sort of. If it doesn't interfere with my tanning. Because, you know, I tan. We audition almost 20 hours a week on average if you get a lot of auditions. Most of that is self-submitting, self-taping, sending in, prepping, working on the lines, getting ready to go in. And then if you're lucky and you've got the agent, then you get to go and do all of the last-minute things for that agent out God knows where, doing God knows what. And it's nonstop. I would rather they ask me if I've auditioned for anything lately than they ask me if I've booked anything lately, because those are a lot thinner odds.
And then there's those couple of months that you go without an audition, and that's exactly the thing you want to hear. Have you had an audition lately? Well, no, but thank you for rubbing it in. I like this one. I get this one a lot. I just watched insert show here. You should be on that show. Along with that, why don't you just audition for insert show here?
If only it were that easy. Oh. That's just one of those where it's like a knife in the chest. There's not really much you can do there. So. No, I haven't thought of auditioning for that show. Let me get right on that. You know what? I know the producer. I'll just give him a call. Yeah, because it's that easy.
Number 9.
I don't like these questions.
And we're back to the title. 10 things that actors are tired of hearing. Number 9. If you haven't made it by insert age here, what will you do?
The appropriate response to this is to tell them exactly what they want to hear, and then ignore them. The legitimate response is, well, as of that age, I'm going to be entering into an entire new age group, a new bracket of new different types of roles that look for different things. So it's kind of like starting over, which is new and refreshing because it means I get a whole new world of roles opened up to me. But most people are like, oh, so you'll still be nowhere.
People are real ballsy.
Yeah.
When they're talking to actors.
And you know the actor is upset when they start talking about J.K. Rowling getting discovered at 40, Dame Helen Moran getting discovered at like 65. You know, if we start pulling those names out, that means you've hit a nerve. And we are trying really hard to be very political.
To not curse you out.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody becomes an overnight star at 17 years old to play a young ingenue love interest for somebody like a muscle-bound Keanu Reeves, and those two don't go together. I just thought that one through. Sorry, that's just the first name that popped in.
Listen.
It's been a long day.
You're not the CEO of your company,
at 30 or at 25 or at 40, most of you. So don't expect us to be raking in millions of dollars by your age range.
The average tract for an actor for generalized success, this doesn't necessarily mean becoming a household name or becoming famous or anything of that sort, but average generalized success rate is a solid 10 years in the industry. That is 10 years working in the industry. So this means about another 5 years of getting your general education and building up some connections and doing background work before you start getting roles with lines. And then you're going to be doing that for 10 years because that 10 years is where you're building your network. It's not as simple as go out and make a social media platform. That is something that can help you. But it's building a network of people that have worked with you, that can vouch for you, because 90% of the work that is done in this industry is all done through, oh, I know somebody, let me make a call. Auditions have nothing to do with it.
Unless you're really lucky.
Yeah.
Or you're super, like, what they're looking for. But a lot of it is, even with auditions, there's so many layers to auditions, and there's so many callbacks, and there's so many before you get to who makes that final decision, that it's just, there is a lot that goes into booking these roles. And yes, there are people out there who are going to book it walking into Hollywood off the street. It happens. Who have been in it since they were 2 years old. It happens.
But it is a small enough percentage to where it almost doesn't actually count. If we're talking just union stuff alone, because I'm union, she's not.
I'm SAG eligible.
Yeah,
so.
she could be.
She's
smarter than I am.
But
she's playing both sides of the fence. I'm
right
stuck
now.
on one. But even the largest acting union in the country, which is SAG-AFTRA, 98% of that union does not get work. You are talking at the best of times, 2% of all of those people, and we are talking over 1 million people in the industry, only 2% of them at a time are even getting a job. So that leaves the other 98 to fight over anything that they can find and have a day job. And that doesn't include any of the non-union, which doesn't even make a scale, which means they are working for far less and not able to pay rent off of what they're working. So it's one of those, you really have to labor of love this, because you're going to be in it for some time, and every connection you can make along the way is a good connection, because it's one more door that opens to you.
That is why she's here, so that you can hear somebody else's opinions about this business besides mine. Final question, and then I have a question to piggyback off what you just said.
Oh no.
But it's okay. Y'all are getting a bonus question after our 10th question. How much do you make?
Whew. Well, it depends on the mood you're in on how you're going to answer this. If you're really trying to impress them, you're probably going to be honest and a little on the upside. So you'll probably be like, oh, well, I make several $100s a day and I just love what I do. And you're going to focus on how much you love to play dress up and say somebody else's words, and how cute the actor is that maybe you get to kiss next week, but you probably won't actually have that role because that may not actually be your role in the film.
And when you get that role, it's also really awkward to kiss somebody on camera.
Oh, yes. If you are legitimately excited to somebody that you feel you don't have to impress, like mom, then you call them up and you're like, look, I'm getting, $258 for the day. I've got 2 lines. I'm in it. I'm loving it. I get to come back tomorrow. I'll get the same scale for tomorrow. If it's a feature film, you might tell mom and dad what you made. But for the most part, you don't really share a lot of that information. If you're talking with other actors, though, that's where brutal honesty comes in, because that's where you're going to be like, dude, I am on a 64 for 8 shoot. That means you get $8 an hour for 8 hours, you make $64, and you took off of work that day.
Listen, again, in what social setting are you in that it is appropriate to ask somebody how much money they're making? That's rude. That's really rude. Don't ask somebody how much money they're making.
A lot of the people who ask are either going to be somebody who is working on a similar production and they want to see if they're doing about as well as you are.
Which is fine.
Or it's going to be somebody who really, really cares about you and wants to make sure you're not sitting on milk crates and eating ramen for the rest of your life, which is also fine.
Which is fine, but also you're an adult now, and if you're sitting on ramen or sitting on crates eating ramen, it's a decision that you made.
Yes.
If it's your mom or your dad, just answer them. Like, that's fine. It's your parents. They're allowed to ask you whatever they want. But then there's
that third category of people, and those are the people that are like, really? I made $85,000 last year. I hate my job. I'm swimming in credit card debt up to my eyeballs. I kind of want to kill my spouse because I think she cheated on me. But I want to make sure I'm doing better than someone, and today it's you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm very political. I also work as a independent film producer, which in independent film means you do everything from cut the carrots to hire and fire people and do the casting. Like, I have literally run the entire gambit all the way to camera operation and a lot of boom op. Like, I do everything because in indie film, if somebody doesn't show up, you don't necessarily have the budget to go and find somebody else to replace them. You just get to hop in and learn how to do the job the hard way. So I think it's good for every actor to learn as much about tech as possible so that you can have an appreciation for what all goes into it. But it also means that you learn very easily how to negotiate a better price for something, how to talk to people, what you're going to need to get someone hired, what you're going to need to get someone fired, if you're not getting a performance from somebody that you need as an actor or as a director or as a producer, whatever's going to serve the film best. You've got to find all the political ways to give somebody basically a line read without giving them a line read.
And not everyone wants to hear the truth all the time, and
She's very straightforward.
I'm not a good liar.
It's all about how you talk to people.
No. And there's a lot of egos in this.
Yes, yes there are.
And you're gonna hurt a lot of feelings. There are times you're gonna get your feelings hurt. You just gotta listen. I'm a very straightforward person. I will be nice about it. I'm never just gonna be rude to somebody. But if you ask my opinion, I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna get my opinion. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I feel like don't ask if you don't want an answer. Don't ask me if you don't want an answer. That used to get me in trouble in high school too. Bonus question.
Ding, ding, ding. Bonus
because you had some insightful
If I get this
things.
one, do I get $100?
No. You get copy.
Do I even get credit?
You will get credit. I will have, by the way, credit. This is her credit that she's getting. Both of us have a goal of reaching a certain amount of social media followers. So I'm going to have all of her information down below. So check that out. So you ready for the final question?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Now that we've gone through all these. If it's this hard, if you're not getting paid, why are you doing it?
Because it's the only thing in the world that I actually like to do. And it's the only thing in the world that makes me feel like my soul is free. But most of the people who will ask that are the people who will never understand what that even feels like.
It is. It's people. The people I get that from are people who are trying so hard to be happy in their own lives. And you know what? You do. Every day you have to just try and be happy in your life. But they go to jobs that they hate. They are miserable and they cannot, but their life is stable. And they are financially secure. They have the family they always dreamed about, or are on their way to the family that they always dreamed about. They've paid off cars.
They're doing all the things that you're told growing up by television and by family, etc., that you're supposed to do. You get up, you go to college, you get a job, you find a person, you settle down, you buy a house, you have a family, you keep going with the job, you retire by 60 if you're lucky, and then you are able to finally travel.
And here's my thing. If that is what you want,
then by all means, go for it.
Yeah, if you are if your idea of happiness is being in a secure job, because that is important. This is hard. Don't get it twisted. This life is hard on the best days. It is not. But when you are on stage, when you are on a film set, when you are creating a character, when you are bringing a character to life. And if this is something that is not for everyone.
Sometimes even just sitting in the makeup chair can have the same effect.
Walking onto a and I'll tell you, okay, story time. This is going to be a long video. If you're still with us, thank you. We met in our master's program in
Mhm.
LA. Our school did a lot of things on like Universal Studios backlot, including our welcome to school dinner. And I remember you could get shuttled in and stuff like that, and then you could also just show your ID at security and walk in.
Which a lot of us did that.
Which a lot of us did, because
'Cause
how
why
many?
not?
Yeah, how many times are you gonna get to just walk around the back lot of Universal Studios, and not on a tour, not on a. They literally were like, "Oh, you're supposed to be here. Okay, where you are is down past Studio whatever," and we were supposed to be there. And I have never
It was a lot of fun.
felt like I was more in the right place. And this was before school even started. This was our welcome to school dinner. Walking through that, I do not feel more in the right place at the right time than I do when I am on a set, when I am on a stage, when I am in a green room, when I am walking past the sound stage. There's when there's a boom mic 2 feet from my face. I freaking just realized we shot this whole thing. Sorry guys, sound's gonna be a little off. The fan is on.
I'm happy.
She's happy because it's hot. I have a lot of lights on in here. There's no other feeling when you have found the job that you love. You have found a career that you love, and you are fortunate enough to be in a position that you can do it.
Absolutely.
I am so lucky because I am the age I am. I have parents who put me in acting when I was young. They put me in theater when I was young, and they knew this is what I wanted to do. And they were like, okay, you're going to do it, but you're going to do it right. And this is what I have done. They're supportive of it. They know that I can't go out and buy a house. I'm not probably going to be getting married and having kids anytime soon. Though they wish I were a little bit more social. I'm not, I'm not going to live a typical expected lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by friends who grew up with me, who know that this is what I've always wanted to do, and who are like, okay, well, just take me to a premiere party one day. Like, so it's easier for me, even though I do want kids. I have loved kids since I've loved babies since I was a baby. I have always wanted a baby. I have always wanted kids. I've always wanted a husband. These are things I want. I want to be stable in my career before I bring kids into this world. And I am fortunately not in a career where I can be stable right now. So I know what I have to put off, and I'm okay with it because I get to do what I love, and I'm lucky enough that I do get to do what I love because a lot of people don't.
That's true.
Was that so bad?
I don't know. You tell us.
Did you hate it?
Leave a comment below.
Oh, Lord. You will be seeing more of her. Did you hate it? Was it okay? Did you have fun?
All right. I feel like there's an ulterior motive to this question. I'm
There's
looking
not.
at her very suspiciously. I'm like,
there's
why
not.
are you asking?
You can tell me honestly, because you're the first person I've ever just had on.
My arm hurts.
Well, we're sitting on my bed, so there's a lot of leaning.
Yes.
There's a lot of that. Was
there
not
is.
a pleasant
There's
angle.
A lot.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That is all that we have for you today. This was strictly out of fun. We know the majority of the things we hear from people are from people that care about us and love us, and they don't mean any harm.
They have the best of intentions.
Yeah.
They're just clueless. That sounded a little bit more harsh.
Yeah, this is just meant to be something to laugh at. So if you're an actor, you've heard these things. If you're not an actor, stop saying these things. But anyway,
if you are an aspiring actor and you are legitimately trying, stop telling people you are not an actor. Tell them you're an actor, because you will never be an actor until you own it, until you do it, until you make it part of who you are. Stop making excuses for yourself. People will do that enough for you. That's all! She's gonna slap me, I know it.
What she said. I guess that's it. Yeah, there you go. Bye.